97% of Australia's sugar crop is grown in Queensland, and one of the most highly developed areas is around Mackay on the central coast. Mackay is also a tourist centre, stepping-off place for the barrier reef's Whitsunday Islands. But the living and well-being of its people depends on the 150,000 acres of sugarcane grown in the district. On the waterfront is one of the 5 bulk sugar loaders now in use at Queensland ports, loading raw sugar from the bulk storage for dispatch to the refineries of the world. Sugar from cane crushed by the mills that operate in the district. Sugar grown by Mackay's 1,800 cane farmers. The output of the sugarcane farmer is strictly controlled by a system involving government edict, mill owners' anticipated requirements, and the world demand for sugar. Part only of his property is set aside for cane production, and this is called his assignment. Upon assignment, the work begins on the New Year's crop. The tines dig deep and loosen the comparatively shallow topsoil lying on beds of clay. The new crop is grown from plant cane. Cane held back from the harvest for this purpose and cut and prepared for machine planting. The long sticks of cane are cut into pieces approximately 1 foot long, each 1 foot length having 2 nodules. Covered with a light blanket of fallowed earth, warmed by tropic sun, wet by monsoonal rains, each nodule will shoot and grow into next year's crop. The sugar industry of Queensland is one of the most efficient in the world. Subsidized by the industry, the Bureau of Sugar Experimental Stations spends thousands of pounds each year on research and keeps a scientific eye on the growing crops. Men like Arch Matthews are always on the move, helping farmers like John Barfield get the most out of their assignment, advising them on correct fertilization and protection against plant diseases and pests. But whatever the industry's problems, the pattern of the season's work follows the same path year after year. The green stalks reach to the sky. Queensland's sugar crop is ripening in the sun, waiting for the crush. In Mackay each year, at the local courthouse, representatives of the growers, mill owners, and the Government Cane Prices Board meet to decide the date to start the crush in their district. The crush starts on the 13th of July, only 45 days before the cutter's knives flash in the sun and the work begins. A span of time when much of Queensland's north comes to a standstill. In Mackay and its district, in cane-growing areas everywhere, people are waiting for the crush. A few days before the date set for the crush, the work begins. First step is the burn. The unproductive trash must be burnt out of the crop before the cane can be cut and sent to the mills for crushing. By the time the crop has been crushed, man-made fire will sweep through 500,000 acres of cane. And as the smoke haze clears, the cutters move in. When sugarcane first grew in Queensland's north in the 1860s, the cutting and loading of the cane was done by South Sea Island labour. 50 years later, the white man, protecting his standard of living, replaced this cheap labour. Today, hand cutting is giving way to mechanical harvesting. some of the mills oppose the mechanical cutting of cane. The changeover costs hundreds of thousands of pounds, an investment some mills won't make because the farmer reaps the benefit, not the mill. Despite objections, there is an inevitable trend in Queensland towards the complete mechanisation of the sugar industry. For 5 months of the year, the crush is on, and the cane harvest pours into the sugar mills. There is little waste in the processing. The mills are powered by steam generated from the waste fibre of the cane after its crushing, and this same steam is used for boiling the sugar syrups. Byproducts from the crushing include treacle, syrup and molasses, which in turn makes industrial alcohol. This company produces 4 million gallons of ethyl alcohol each year from 80,000 tons of molasses, the residue from Mackay's 7 sugar mills. From the mills, a steady stream of trucks moving by rail and by road take the raw sugar to the bulk terminal for loading on the ships. Queensland bulk sugar terminals are shifting over 1 million tons of sugar every year. The plant at Mackay can load a freighter in under 3 days, a job once taking 3 weeks and 40 men. The sugar is off to refineries all over the world, and the farmer is back to his crop. And each year, as crop follows fallowed ground, the time comes when the sugar cane ripens in the tropic sun, the time when the people of the north are waiting for the crush.